Good afternoon, everybody. God's blessings to my fellow Earth inhabitants. It's a cloudy day here, about 4 in the afternoon. A little chilly. I would say appropriate for the spring that we are now enjoying. We're into our first week of spring, actually the second week. And time is moving on. Now, let me say this much to you all. I'm happy to see you. I've been missing for some time now, and I'm on the upward end of recuperating from viral infection. Um, my wife was actually hospitalized over it. So it's been somewhat of a tumultuous 2-3 week period preceding since my last publication. Now, excuse me, I do this, but I did want to come to you today and talk to you about something that's very pressing. This is a final call. And what I mean by that is, time will continue, and I'm not a forebearer of doom. I am a messenger of salvation, and that salvation is in the understanding that the source of all wants each and every one of us to return to his blessings and protection, the abundance that he's provided, to let him guide us into the promises that are our inheritance as inhabitants. We are part of the creation, the plan, the expansion of the cosmos, as it were. However, we seem to have had our understanding, or naivete, as it were, hijacked by forces that want to declaim or disclaim God's glory. And I think that this moment is opportune. Many of you, many I say, wonder what happened to God. I can't say that that's not a question that should or should not be asked. I just recognize that it is, because it is questioning God. It shows a lack of understanding and a lack of awareness, and specifically a lack of faith in the realization of the wonder of creation, and to recognize his power and his glory in every moment that you are capable of discerning your existence and that of those around you. Nature, the skies, the rivers, the birds, all aspects of life. To experience this is a miracle. It's a miracle of creation that comes from one source. We seem to have forgotten that. We think that we can get ahead of all this and change that. We don't have to worry about where it all started, because we're going to make something happen that's never been seen or never happened before. I think we're at that point. But let me shatter your illusion about your uniqueness. Yes, we are all individuals, and we are unique in that instance of our singular thoughts. However, collectively we are humanity, and as a collective we have failed previously to embrace the opportune moment to return to God's protection and blessing. And the calamity was that the civilization that was existent at that time perished. And there were only remnants which had to rebuild society from primitive states. There were no institutions, there were no highways, no streetlights, no flushing toilets, no running water. Very primitive, back to the caveman days. In fact, if you look at our history, it pretty much emulates that, even though it's a misnomer. Why am I bringing this? And it's not that I want to bring doom. I don't want you to think, oh my God. Well, I want you to pray, and I want you to not pray in desperation. I want you to pray in faith, in supplication, in honor, in obeisance, to understand that God is your Savior. He is our Father. His blessings are meant to prosper us, not to harm us. But yet we continue to walk as if he, she, it, they do not exist. And the question comes to my mind, the more I am involved in this, and the more I realize what I abdicated for so long, is why? Why do we do this? It's because we forget that our blessings stem from the source. We look around and we want to find out who's got it, who, what. You got it? I want some of it. How you get that? You rarely hear people say, I received all my blessings through Jesus Christ and our Savior. That I am filled with the salvation of the Lord. That I walk in His blessings and protection. And that's why I'm here. And I'm breathing and I'm enjoying my brothers and sisters and all the abundance of the universe, which the source of all has provided. And we've lost that essence. We know not from where we come, for we fail to even think of it. And, my mom, my dad, where'd they come from? Their mom, their dad. And then we lose it even in that respect. We have no allegiance to any lineage, any heritage. We've lost it all. Everything's a moment. It's now. And then last week is so passé. Oh my God, how boring. No legacy. Nothing that underpins the glory of this existence. The beauty of it. I mean, there's people that are enlightened, yes. Sad to say, in a society of sorts that we do experience now, many suppress their light. They don't share it. You know why? Because you could come home without it and the breath of life in you. And people are afraid. They don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers or be identified as being different. Oh no. And we're talking about the source of all. Am I amazed? I'm amazed at my awakening, and I'm amazed at the fact that there are so many of us that are not awake. This is the sad part, because we are at a very critical point right now. Again, I bring up the fact that we failed in the past to return to God when the call was made. We got beside ourselves. That's where we're at now. We don't need nobody. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Mind your own business. Well, I mean, if you really feel that way, you can go to another channel or anywhere you would like. My point is that I am the messenger. I bring the message. And that is, God is wanting you to understand this is your final opportunity to reap the fullness of your existence in His grace and His glory, just by simply returning to His plan. God's kingdom rules. If we don't do this, we are bent for destruction. As has been said in many occasions, the old things are passing away. Look, He's doing something new. Don't you perceive it? See how it springs up. And He knows the plans He's had for us. Plans to prosper us and not to harm us. But yet we've got these dialogues and we create these scenarios and we're around killing and defending our right to exist and to reap the resources and have more than the next person. These are the banes of our existence. Competition, jealousy, strife, ignorance, hoarding, lording, terrorism. We believe that right is might. You know, if you got the power, you're the one that's in the right. They can't say anything different, or we'll just beat them down, leave them devastated. It's not God's plan. It's not His style. God has given us every attribute, all our senses, our ability to think and communicate, to create, to establish, and to bring to fruition ideas that further our existence in terms of comforts, etc. We have ingenuity. Where did it all come from? You think it came off a shelf out of a book? Well, yeah, for some people that's the case because they don't understand the source of all. If you pick up a spoon to eat out of a can of beans, you are participating in God's glory. You take a breath, you see the spoon and the can and the beans, and you put them in your mouth, and you taste them, and you make a commentary, oh, beans, but you still eat them. Or it might be, oh, wow, beans, I love beans. You know, the relative experience is in the attitude and the perception of the person that is doing this. How would you know? How did you get your experience? How did you get your attitude about the experience? Where did that come from? It's time to look inside and to understand that there's a better way. Not to discard all these things that are relevant to our existence as being of no value, unimportant. Trivia. You know, the blood flowing through your brains. The blood flowing through your veins. The thoughts running through our brains could only do such by God's grace, His will. And we have lost that fundamental understanding of how fragile our existence is until we strengthen it and renew it in the consciousness of God and the Christ. I'm the P-B-S DIGIPRENEUR. I'm the messenger. And today, one with the warning. It says, you need to embrace God's blessings. We all do. We need to return to His protection and to conduct ourselves in a manner of gratitude, to exalt and glorify His existence. Mind you, in doing so, you begin to ascend in consciousness, spirituality, and your personal power, you will be able to perceive more and create more. You will open channels of existence that are not available to you because you're suppressing them in a three-dimensional container that doesn't allow for you to go further than fear factor. How do I avoid this? How do I survive this? How do I get away with this? Did anybody see me? That's what we're living like thieves in our own abundance. And many, it's a zero-sum game. It's like, yeah, we're playing a game. Hoarding, lording. Sucks to be you. I beat you and I got more than you. You ain't got enough. Well, I'm going to bed. Good luck with that. We're bankrupt spiritually and morally. Some people will say, you're pretty. I am very outspoken because it takes the truth to uphold the truth. Let the truth be known. It's time for each and all of us to raise our consciousness to know that God is alive, that God is in our hearts and minds, and we need to awaken and worship our God by living abundantly and prosperously, harmoniously. We need to love one another and seek understanding. We need to gain wisdom and share that to make our lives more serene and happy, content. Find the value in God's existence and giving you the breath of life on a daily basis. Some were not that fortunate this morning, and that will go on until such time as those who do not understand God's salvation find that it's too late to change. They already cast their die at the opportunity, and this is it. This is it. And I mean to tell you, again, I don't like to forecast doom. However, as a messenger, I must tell you, these next coming weeks are going to be phenomenal in the experience of a human being. And you must love God. Love Him now. Love them. Love her. Love it. Now, your higher power is your salvation to ascend through what the transformation is leaving behind, because those things that are left behind will compost to the earth, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. It's not going to be we all fall down. Those who do not honor and glorify God will find themselves left as humanity ascends to the fifth dimension of spiritual existence and higher consciousness. A whole new era of humanity is on the horizon. And I don't mean, in the next 10 years. It's starting now. It will continue from this point onward. Will you be a part of it? I sure hope so. I'm looking forward to seeing you. God willing. God bless. I'm the P-B-S Digipreneur. Y'all have a nice day.